Chris, how important is this batch of matches coming up now?
Yeah, I mean, for the whole organisation, these games are hugely important. We didn't start this competition well in the Pro12, and the boys came back from international duty and things picked up. Now, that what is important about this next stage for this group is that they continue that momentum in Pro12. And again, I think learning from the heartbreak on Sunday, this group has seen, I guess, what the preparation takes to win big games, and this going into this game on Sunday, it's a big game, and there's a lot of transfer there, isn't there?
Are you optimistic that this group can hold the fort until the internationals return?
Yeah, we are, and I think it's a bit more than that too. It's not just holding the fort till they get back. It's about making sure that they take us forward. And again, what we don't want, and what we've kept talking about the whole time, is the boys coming back from international duty not having to pick the standard up. It's about them coming back and slotting in. So that's a massive challenge for this young group, and an exciting one, and they're generally excited. And guys have been sitting in the sideline for a long time. Some happy about it, some not so happy about it. And they get their opportunity now, and it's important that they step up and take the team and take the organisation forward.
What is the feeling like in the camp, after last week?
Yeah, obviously there's to say there was disappointment would be the world's biggest understatement, and I think it was more frustration. There's a bit of, I guess there's been a lot of soul searching and reflecting, but at the end of the day, we got beaten by a team that were very hungry and I thought played very well, were very clinical, and we I think the reality is that we mentally weren't really up for that challenge, and we just, it's gutting that we've done so well, we've fought so hard with the team that we've got, and to get to the stage in Europe where we were, and then to go out like that is, that's not us. It's a very underwhelming feeling.
Talking about the sort of top six finish, how important is it, considering what happened last week? You're seventh at the moment, to make sure you get to that top six.
Yeah, we've set the challenges that we still believe we're a top 4 team, and that's the challenge that this group's been set yesterday by Steve, and so again, that's what we're chasing. So yeah, it's absolutely, it's key, isn't it, to be playing Europe. That's what we want to do, but that's finished this time for us now, and the most important thing is the Pro12, and we've got to have a top 4 finish. So that's what we're after.
There were a few injury worries.
Yeah.
Didn't quite make it last week. Are you sort of confident injury-wise that is there anybody coming back?
No, not so much. We've got the group that that's been working away for a wee while. As far as boys coming back, we're not in that position yet. But the two major injuries in terms of Lloyd and Durko, we're not any clearer around where those guys are at. It's still pretty early post those injuries. So and hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours we'll be able to get a bit of a clearer diagnosis of where they're at. But so again, manage the rest of the squad as we can.
You've got a new member joining.
Yeah.
Is he here yet?
No, he's not. He arrives today, but he's not here as yet. So hopefully the weather turns it on for him, and he knows what he's got to expect for another few months.
I guess if Lloyd is ruled out, plus Alan win with Wales, that'll leave a lot of emphasis, onus on your young players to front up in the second round.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, as we saw with the World Cup, the start of this competition, our depth has been tested, and it's no different now. And again, you take guys like Tyler and that who are still sort of injured, and again, you are tested. But I think it's an old cliche, but as one door closes, another opens, and this is another chapter of Ospreys rugby coming through with these youngsters. And again, the expectation and I guess the pressure's on them to really perform and take their chances.
Is it about those guys having a belief so they can do it without guys like Dan and Ali Wayne? As much as coping up, they've got to believe that they can.
Oh, I think so, yeah. I mean, look, the reality is that they have to do this job. This is, if you look at it black and white, as I often do, this is their job. Yeah. This is what they're here to do, and again, I think it's time for them to stand up and deliver, and that's the challenge that they've got. And look, we know that we've got some very, very tough games, and starting this Sunday with Glasgow, but look, that's that's the cauldron that we're in. They have to step up. So the pressure's on, and we're expecting results and performances.
What have you made of Glasgow so far?
Yeah, I mean they've been affected like us, with the World Cup, and I think the players that have come back and played, they've had a massive period, haven't they? So I think they're still a very exciting team. They love attacking, don't they? And again, I think they squeeze you defensively as well in certain areas of the field. So we've just got to be very clear and not so much simple, but we've just got to be very direct about what we're after and trying to do.
Well, obviously they're missing the Scottish guys in the Six Nations camp.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have 2 Fijian guys there. What do you make of those guys?
Yeah, well, listen, I think from a line-out perspective, they've got some massive threat there with him, and he loves an offload. So we've got to make sure we try and take that out of his game as much as we can. And again, I think it's just making sure we're alive around these players, because not only him can offload, they do like to offload as a team. So again, we just got to make sure we're clear around how we're going to deal with that. And then we've just got to make our first up tackles. As you've seen, he's a big tank on that wing, isn't he? So if you go high on him, you're going to lose that battle, aren't you? So again, it's just making sure we make our first up tackles, keep things pretty simple there.
JJ, what do you hope he'll bring this guy with Springbok experience?
Yeah, well, I think obviously we bring that bit of experience. He's played a lot of Super Rugby for a young guy. He's had some indifferences around his performances and stuff to date, and I think what we're looking for is we're looking for a mature kind of guy that's going to give us a bit of direction midfield, that's going to be able to take us forward. And I think everything shows that this kid can do that. So again, first and foremost, he's got to slot in and get his feel around the Ospreys way, and then from there we can put some performance expectations around him from there.